a poor girl, an impossible task, and a deal so dark it's haunted us for 4,000 years. What if Rumpelstiltskin isn't just a fairy tale, but a memory of something terrifyingly real? We all grew up with the story of the little man who spins straw into gold. But hidden in that strange riddle of a tale is something far older. Older than the Brothers Grimm, older than kingdoms and castles, older even than writing itself. Tonight we'll peel back the layers and uncover the ancient truth behind Rumpelstiltskin, a story that may carry echoes from the dawn of human civilization. But be warned, once you hear this, you'll never look at the tale the same way again. The Brothers Grimm recorded the most famous version in 1812. A desperate miller brags his daughter can spin straw into gold. The greedy king locks her away, demanding the impossible. Each night, a strange little man appears. He spins the straw into shimmering gold, but always for a price. First her necklace, then her ring, and finally something far darker, her firstborn child. When the baby is born, the little man returns to collect his prize, but he gives her a chance. Guess his name within 3 days, and she can keep her child. On the third day, she discovers him singing in the woods. Rumpelstiltskin is my name. When she speaks it aloud, he rages, stamping so hard he splits the earth, or in some tellings, tears himself apart. It feels like a neat little fairy tale, but that's just the skin of it. Underneath, something ancient pulses. The Grimms didn't invent these tales. They were collectors, saving fragments of oral stories passed down for centuries. And modern researchers have found that Rumpelstiltskin's tale belongs to a much older family of stories. The name of the supernatural helper. In 2016, scientists from Durham University used evolutionary biology techniques to trace folktales like family trees. What they found? This story pattern, the impossible task, the magical helper, the secret name, goes back at least 4,000 years to the Bronze Age. Meaning, every time we tell Rumpelstiltskin, we're whispering an echo from humanity's deep past. Spinning isn't random. Across mythology, spinning thread is a symbol of life itself. In Greek myth, the three fates spin, measure, and cut the thread of every human life. In Norse myth, the Norns sit at the roots of Yggdrasil, spinning the destinies of gods and men alike. In the ancient Vedic texts, the cosmos itself is described as a golden tapestry, threads binding all reality together. So when the miller's daughter spins straw into gold, it isn't just domestic work, it's cosmic transformation. She's reshaping the mundane into the divine. Gold, the metal of gods, purity, immortality. This isn't just magic, it's alchemy, the transformation of the soul, the world, fate itself. But here's the darker part. Why does Rumpelstiltskin want her child? Why not wealth or power or gold? He says it himself. Something living is dearer to me than all the treasures of the world. That demand echoes something ancient, the offering of the firstborn. In the Bible, God asks Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. Archaeologists in Carthage uncovered burial grounds filled with the bones of infants, offerings to gods like Baal and Moloch. In a world where divine help was sought at unbearable cost, giving your firstborn wasn't cruelty. It was the ultimate sacrifice. Rumpelstiltskin isn't just a greedy trickster, he's part of that old logic. The price for touching the divine is blood. Now imagine you're a villager in the Bronze Age. A stranger walks into your settlement, covered in soot, holding something impossible. A blade that slices stone, a tool that reshapes the earth. To you, he isn't human, he's a god. Across the ancient world, metalworkers were seen as half human, half divine. They pulled fire from stone, reshaped reality with flame. In myth, they appear again and again, the Watchers in the Book of Enoch, divine beings who taught men to forge weapons, dwarves in Norse myth, crafting Thor's hammer in secret caves, Svarog in Slavic lore, a god of fire and creation. These figures are mysterious, powerful, feared, just like our strange little man who spins straw into gold. Rumpelstiltskin may not be a fairy tale at all, but the shadow of the first firebringers. And then we get to the most chilling part, the name. In Egypt, pharaohs had secret names to protect their souls. To erase a name was to erase a person from eternity. In Jewish mysticism, the names of God themselves were so powerful they could alter reality. In the Testament of Solomon, the king controls demons simply by asking, "What is your name?" To know a being's true name was to hold its essence, its weakness, its soul. So when the queen speaks, Rumpelstiltskin, she doesn't just win a riddle. She destroys him. She cracks his code. She does what kings, priests, and magicians once did to bind spirits. So who or what was he? A trickster? A demon? A forgotten god of fire and fate? Maybe he was never meant to be a children's character at all. Maybe he's a distorted memory of the first keepers of divine fire, beings who demanded a terrible price for their knowledge, and whose very names held supernatural power. Rumpelstiltskin isn't just a bedtime story. He's a 4,000-year-old shadow, carrying memories of blood sacrifice, divine fire, and the terrifying power of names. And maybe, just maybe, he's a warning we've been passing down for millennia, ready to see the darkness lurking behind the stories you thought you knew. Subscribe to discover it all in Disturbed Visions.